I found myself an old Antron 99, and someone said, well, it ain't been used for about 15-20 years. If you can get it down, you can have it. So I went and got it down. Got myself an old cloth here. Let's go and pick it up. Well, I've picked it up. Let's go and get it out of the van. There we go. It's an Antron 99, but it's going to be one of the earlier models because it's been up there. Apparently it was up on the roof for, you know, best part of 30 years. But I managed to get it down. Trouble is they're fiberglass and they splinter, and I've got a couple of splinters in my fingers when I was getting it down. So I'm going to try and clean it up. The tuning rings are a bit stuck, but I've oiled them up. So I'm going to clean it all up. It's got a lot of moss on it. It's covered in a lot of moss because it's been up on the roof now for all that time. But it's been out of use for about 20 years, apparently 15 years. He said it was just abandoned there. So yeah, a little cloth on it, like that, so I don't get as many splinters. And take it in the garage. Here we go, look. Solacron, made in USA. It's upside down though. All the writing on it's faded though. I don't know whether they do have a date on them of when they were made. Product A99 complies with all applicable customer product safety standards set. Don't know what that says. 4th in 16 CFR part 1204 with an insulation safety factor up to 14,500 volts. And then there's a load of numbers. I don't really know what all those numbers mean, to tell you the truth. There's no date on it of when it was made. A99. You can be killed if this antenna comes near electric power lines. Read instructions. Don't know what that says. Something for something. Yeah, there's no date anywhere when it was made. I was hoping there would be, but there ain't. Plenty of moss on it. The top section's got a fair bit. But the thing is, because they're all fiberglass antennas, these, over the time, oh look, you can see it. You can see it particularly on this top section. I wonder if we can get it so you can see it even better. There you go. You can see it. Can you see, like, it looks like hairs? Well, that's the fiberglass flaking off. And if you get that in your skin, it's permanent. You know, fiberglass don't break down like a wood splinter would do. But you get that in your skin. I've got one in my finger and the palm of my hand when I was getting this down. It went through my gloves, and yeah, I managed to pick them out. There's loads of them up there. But anyway, you don't want to be getting that in your skin, so that's why I use that cloth, even though it would go through that. Alright there you lot. I was rummaging around in a box of microphones that I've got, and I come across this Yaesu MH1B8 microphone. It's a good old microphone. I think it's probably what would have come standard with my 736R when it was new. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to clean it up. I don't know where it came from. Microphones always smell a bit weird because, you know, things like that, they bother me, because you think this microphone over the years is probably full of spit, you know, saliva from different people, you know, because people talking it and there's spit all over a microphone. The microphones are a bit like chairs, you know, seats that you sit on. You know, I always think to myself, if you get an old chair, I've got these wipes are pretty good, these wipes here. I always think to myself, if you get an old chair, just imagine how many people have sat on it. And not everyone cleans their arse properly, do they? You know, not everyone washes, and people fart. Imagine how many farts are in a seat. Or imagine how many burps and how many bad breath and spit and food and everything's gone into a microphone. All microphones, you know, not just, you know, all of them. So when I get a microphone, if it's used, I always make sure I clean it properly before I go and use it. So I don't know where this microphone came from. It was in a box. I've got a box full of microphones. I just acquire them over the time. You get stuff and you think, oh, I wonder where that came from. So yeah, look at that. Look at that piece of dirt that I just got out from in there. You know. And I'm not going to be able to clean inside this microphone unless I was to take it apart. But I'm not going to go quite that far as to take it apart until I find out if it works or not. It should work because, you know, this is a Yaesu microphone, and the MH1B, or the MH1 anyway, is very compatible with this M36R. So we should be alright there, ready to rock and roll. Look how much dirt you ain't about to see it, man. The PTT, the little grooves, you know, all the little grooves in the PTT and all that all get full of dirt. You know, and a lot of people complain, a lot of non-smokers complain about microphones and radios smelling of cigarette smoke. Well, I quite like the smell of cigarette smoke. I don't smoke myself, but I don't mind the smell of it. And I like it if you get an old radio or microphone that smells of it, because it just makes me think of the olden days before I was alive, you know. But there we go. And you know if it is that, because the dirt you'll be getting off on your wet wipe or whatever you're using to clean will be brown, like a light brown. That's the cigarette smoke, that's the tobacco, or nicotine, or whatever part of it is. So there we go. Alright, you look what I got. It's an old bath panel. I'm going to try and make some shelves out of it, I think, because the rest of it, it's all frayed on the edges where it got wet, all puffed up. But the middle of it needs a bit of a clean, obviously. But the middle of it, because it's been sat outside for God knows how long, so I've got rain on it and everything. But the middle of it's alright. Look at that. I broke my mop bucket again. I'm a little bit vigorous. Squeezing the mop bucket. Broke it again. So this time I've used the other Gorilla Glue. Before I just used the Gorilla Super Glue to glue it. This time I've used the other Gorilla Glue, the super strong stuff, or whatever it's called, for the toughest jobs on the planet Earth. On stone, metal, ceramic, glass, wood, foam and more. Yeah, and it's waterproof. So I used that this time, and of course I put loads of it on because that's me. But it's been there overnight now, so I'll take the kettle off of it. And a bit of wood. And a torch. I'll get that in a minute. But, seems to have done the job. Whether it's going to hold it, you know, with the pressure of a mop in there, who knows. But, lovely jubbly, eh? Oh, love fixing stuff. I ain't buying a new mop bucket. Now, I have probably skipped through some of these, and may have even replied to some of them. We got Matt Martin. It would be nice to see a slice and dice video where you take apart and see what's inside. Yeah, well, they wants me to take apart a power bank, so I'm going to do that. I've got a power bank that ain't any good, so I'll take that apart. I have a UVXR, which is literally the same as apart from it's 10 watts, and it's a different label. Tiny radio though. P.S. Careful, radios above 5 watts will mess with TV signals. Don't ask me how I know. How I found out. Well there, Mr. What's that? Dishnord. Anyway. A radio on a 2 metre band shouldn't interfere with too much TV. I mean, mine don't interfere with the TV. So, I don't know what that's all about, but you know, if it does interfere, it interferes, but it shouldn't do, not on that band anyway. You know, it doesn't matter how much power you run, it shouldn't interfere with the TV. But it might do, I don't know. What do I know? I know nothing, but yeah. Right, we got one here from Nick. Don't know how you say that last bit. Enjoyed the video. I'm a licensed amateur too, and have a wire-off centre-fed dipole due to small garden, so I feel your pain when it comes to making contacts. We are at the same bottom of the we are at the bottom of the solar cycle though, so another 3 years and the propagation will be booming again. Oh yes, only another 3 years or so and it will be good again. It's not that bad at the minute, but then again, some of you lot that have been around for 30 odd years on the radio will know what it's like when it really is going. When I first come on the radio, it was pretty good. You know, we was having all the Europe coming on just the 19 on CB, you know, before I become licensed. Well, before I even got a radio that could go on the other bands, I just had a Uniden Uniace 300 and I had 1 to 40. And even there I was getting most of Europe and Russia, you know, coming over on those. And the American truckers, when I got my little collection of stalkers, when I first started getting those and I was going over on to like the mids and everything, American truckers were coming over loud and clear. Obviously it's not like that now, but it was back when I first started going on the radio, so I can't wait for it to be like that again. I've just this is the microphone that I cleaned up. It's come up really well. I'm really pleased with it. I think it works alright as well. I was just having a chat on the 155 It's a Sears net there on the evenings from 6 o'clock. I was just having a chat with a couple of people on there. I couldn't hear the other one, but I could hear him, and then he went. And I didn't get any complaints of the audio or nothing. I didn't ask what's it sound like, because a lot of posh people on 2 meters. There's only posh people really on 2 meters. I don't fit in really, but sometimes I can get away with it if I talk really posh. I do my best impression of talking posh. Anyway. Sometimes I can get away with talking on 2 meters, and I did for them, and I didn't get any complaints, so I would call that a win and a success for that microphone. I'm well pleased with that. I just need to try and find a nice bass microphone. The MD1 is what I need. No, the MD1 is what I need to get, but they're as rare as blue cabbages these days. Old Boris there says hi. Oh yeah, and by the way, look what I've got. I know some of you were commenting and you were asking me a lot. I got a lot of comments. I got a lot of private messages on Instagram and a couple on Twitter, but mainly Instagram, asking me, "Oh, you know, you got your T800. Well, I've got the same one, but Thunderpole put a new microphone with it now. Do you know what it's like?" And I was, no, I don't know what it's like. I ain't got one, but I contacted Thunderpole. They're a good old company, Thunderpole, and they sent me one. Here it is. It's very nice. I have got it out and I have plugged it in and I have tried to make a contact with someone using it, but there was no one about at that specific time, so I put it back in the bag, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of unbox it. It's just a bit of a teaser, this. I'm going to kind of unbox it, not that there's much to unbox, and I'm going to do a comparison with the old microphone and the new one, and then I'm going to go out in the van, because the radio is in the van. And then I'm going to find someone to talk to, and I'm going to plug the old one in and then plug the new one in and see if there's any difference in the way the audio is, because there might be. You know, I think they've mainly just redesigned it to make it feel a bit bulkier and a bit heavier, because I did complain. I commented in my review of the radio that the microphone was too light and small in the hand, and I think other people did as well, and that's why they've redesigned it. So anyway, I think this is a standard microphone now that's coming with all Thunderpole radios, but I could be wrong. I think it is. So that's coming up. Complete review and comparison of the new microphone for the T800 and probably other radios. Alright, you lot. Would you believe I had someone yesterday? I put that Antron up for sale. And within about an hour of it being up for sale, I had an offer. And I thought, well, I'll have that. So anyway, I said, do you want me to post it or you come collect it? He was only realistically about 15 minutes away. Yeah, it was local. He wanted it posted. So I said, are you sure? I mean, I will post it, but going by your postcode and your address, you're only down the road. And he said, alright then, I'll come collect it tomorrow.
Anyway, it turned up a little bit early, fine. And then it was proper Londoner. It come from London. It was a bit like Derek Trotter. You know Derek Trotter, Only Fools and Horses? A bit like him. Didn't look like him at all, but in a way he was. Anyway, he had a flat cap on, Timberland boots, you know, black t-shirt, black jeans, you know, big tattoos, sunglasses, things. And he's going, oh yeah, I've been on the radio. I was on the CB back, you know, in the day and all this, you know. I was on it for years. So I thought, oh, well, I don't need to tell you anything about the aerial then, do I? About the antenna? Nah, he goes. But we'll know about the fiberglass and about the splinters, right? We'll know about that. So I said to him, I was putting my gloves on. I had these massive gauntlets. Yeah, these welding gauntlets. I had these. I was put them on because I had the other gloves on, and I had these ones on. They're a bit thinner when I was first handing that aerial, and I managed to get a couple of splinters in the palm of my hand. And I got a cut there as well, but that's different. But I've managed to pick them out, and I had one in my finger. I picked that out, and they went through the glove. So this time when I was moving it for this bloke, I thought I'm not risking it, so I'm just going to have the thickest gloves I've got. These welding gauntlets. Anyway, he looked at me. He's just looking at me as I was putting them on. And he went, where you got gloves? I said, well, I'll put them on. I don't want to risk getting the fiberglass splinters on it. You go on it, you know. I had it in my hand like that, ready to walk to his car, and he grabs it, right, and takes it out of my hand. So I was like, alright. Then he goes to walk off. And he goes, oh, I'll pay you. So he had this aerial in his hand like that. And you know when you have an aerial or a rod in your hand, you sort of just let it slide to the floor. You let it slide to the floor, and I see all this fiberglass pinging off. And I see all the little hairs jabbing into his hand, and he's going like that. And I went, oh, I'll have it. I'll take it. I've got gloves on. He goes, all right. And then, because he was talking to me for quite a while, about 10 minutes, he was talking to me. And he kept doing this with his hands and rubbing his hands. I was thinking to myself, look, you told me that you know all about aerials, and you would have known that the fiberglass was splintering. I even said to you the fiberglass was splintering, you know. But I put it in his car for him. And I know that he would have gone home and he would have... But he got a whole hand full of fiberglass splinters, man. I see it all pricking off, pinging off. It was all dusty, all the hairs were pinging off and jabbing into his hand. I was thinking to myself, oh, man, you can't help some people, can you? But, you know, if you go up somewhere and then you start giving it, oh yeah, I know this, I know that, and then you go and make a mistake like that, he's going to be feeling that pain for weeks now. He's going to be trying to pick them fiberglass splinters out of his hand for weeks, and if not more, because they don't disappear like wooden ones, that's for sure. Anyway, look, I cut my wood up the other day. I like to try and save stuff where I can, so I try to save them bath panels, bath panel. I don't know, I'm not going to make any specifically nice shelves, just ones for in the garage here, you know. I'm going to get some more brackets, or make a bracket, and you know, that'll make a good shelf. That will. I might cut it out and make a smaller shelf, I don't know yet, but I've got that one as well. But the wood's alright, apart from where it did get damp, you can see it was split, but that's alright. I can probably glue that together and do something with that. But the middle of the wood's alright, see? It's just the outside where it soaked up the water over about 30 odd years. So I'll make some shelves out of that, and that'll be that all nice and dandy. Sweet, man. Sold 99% of my stuff now, of my radio gear. I've got Thunderpole. Who's familiar with Thunderpole? Everyone knows Thunderpole. They've got a new radio out, the T3000. Well, they've given me, they've sent me one out, because it was all on for pre-order. So they've sent me one. Hopefully it should get to me, because it's a bank holiday weekend this weekend, that I'm filming this on. So, I mean, this video will probably come out on Monday, and it'll be a bank holiday Monday, so nobody will be at work. So it won't be delivered, it should be delivered on Tuesday. And then I should be able to get the first review on YouTube. That's my plan. Get the first review on it on YouTube. So and there may be some kind of discount code for you lot to go and buy it. I don't know. We're working on that. We're doing something. I don't know what's going on, but they said they'd work something out for it. Anyway, so look forward to that. A new Thunderpole radio, a brand new one. They haven't even released it yet. They would have done by the time you see this video and you see the review video probably, but not yet. They haven't. So I'll catch you later on, dudes. Thanks for being here, and yeah, appreciate it.